Hello, welcome to Strategy with Sally. Now, what if I told you if I had to start my course journey again from scratch, I would do it completely differently? Now, not because courses don't work, but because most people are building them in the wrong order. And I learned that myself the hard way. So tell me in the chat, have you ever created or thought about creating a course? Drop a yes in the chat, or maybe just I'm thinking about it in the chat. Now, as always, we'll kick it off with our theme song. We'll give it 3.5 minutes for all our VIPs to come and join us inside of the Voz. I'll be back in 3.5, and if you're on the replay, just scroll through or listen and enjoy the song, our theme song. See you in a sec.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. Shine, darling. Shine. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome to our weekly live stream of Strategy with Sally. And if we haven't yet met, I'm Sally. I'm the founder of OmniSam. I'm your automation nerd, and I love me some sexy numbers. And I love to help business owners build the right things in the right order so that you're not stuck in overwhelm and constantly rebuilding your tech. But today's conversation is a bit more personal. I really wanted to walk you through a bit about my journey as a course creator, what worked, what didn't, and, what I would 100% change if I had to start over again. Now, this is because I see so many of you trying to build a course. Is that you? Let me know in the chat. Have you thought about or considered building a course in the past? And honestly, most of you don't actually need one just yet. But let's do a little quick check-in. Is creating a course, woo, look at those. Let's look at those things here. Okay, so you can tell we have a new setup here. Let's try that again. Come on. We have a new setup for our live stream, and I'll tell you it's because let's embiggen that. Oh, no, that's not working either. Come on, Sally. It's broken now. Hello, that's me on the side over there for you on the lives. Okay, let's forget all of that and let's just get into the content, even though the lower third is pretty shit. Ma, when you edit this podcast, baby, what you need to do is cut that whole section out. And for those of you who are joining us on the live, this is actually our live podcast recording that we record every single week at this time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you do get notifications and don't miss out. All right. So today's content is about courses and what I would do and change the next time I was to create a course. So if creating a course is something that's on your radar, then this episode is for you. So here's what I see happening all the time. When somebody hits a certain level in their actual business, like they're booked out or they're busy or maybe they're even overwhelmed, the next thought is, well, maybe I need a course so that I can scale. Does that sound like you? Yeah. And it sounds logical, right? But here's what actually happens. I've seen course creators spend weeks, sometimes months, and even years creating it. Then they launch it and then crickets, right? Or maybe a few sales if they're lucky, but nothing is really consistent. Or worse, you create something that doesn't actually solve the right problem. Now, I've done this. My clients have done this. So let's be honest. Has something like this ever happened to you before? Or is it something that you're actually worried about? You see, most people think the problem is when they create the course, if it doesn't sell well, they think, well, I just need better content, right? Or I need a better course idea, or you just need a bigger audience. And that's not the real issue. You see, the real issue is the sequence. Courses are not just one step, right? When you put a course together, they're often 3, 4, 5, or 6 different steps. And when you build them too early, then you're building it on really shaky ground. So today, what I want to do is walk you through what actually matters when you put the course together and what really matters first. So let's start with what did work, right? What worked well? And this might surprise you. What worked wasn't the actual course itself. It was everything around it. Things like having a real client experience first. So really knowing what the actual problem is that people would actually pay for to solve. Now, this includes things like testing my messaging, and I did a lot of that live. If you're in our program, you would have seen us, we do message mining, right? So that we can really dig down, and we call it mining because we're digging down into the problems and the problems that people will actually pay for. So lots of testing, interviewing people, or you'll hear it when you work with your actual one-on-one clients. So no guessing what you think that they want, but actually hearing it from the horse's mouth. And then the second thing is to build a really simple system. So before trying to scale everything, make sure that your systems are there to support the course, support the delivery, support the onboarding, right? So when it comes to the courses that worked, what happened is I had a really good foundation. I did my message mining. I listened to the problems that my actual clients had, or I interviewed people in that area of the problem that I'm trying to solve. Once that foundation was there, I was golden, right? But without it, everything just kind of feels heavy. You feel a bit unsure. Things can feel like they're moving a bit too slow. And also you can get really frustrated, right? So does this resonate with you? Have you thought about putting a course together, but then you're like, do they really, really want it? Will they even buy it, right? And this is where all that testing is super important. And if you haven't yet done so, inside our program, make sure you are doing the message mining program. The message mining itself, well, one, it gives you great insight into what they're looking for, the words that they're using. But the second thing is sometimes you'll also get clients out of it, right? That's the cool thing about message mining. We give you that framework so that if you do interview the right person, then there's a potential sale there as well. But we don't lead with that, right? You'll see that in the program. We just listen. We don't actually ask for anything in that first call, and you'll get that full framework. So if you are part of our program, I highly, highly recommend that you go in and do the message mining part. Now, if you're interested in that and you're not inside our program, you can purchase it separately, but you'll just need to send us an email to support@omnisam.com.au and request it. All right, so let me talk to you about what didn't actually work. And this is really because I see so many people do this. And this is where most of the learning is. So what didn't work was creating before validating. That's the first one. The second one is overbuilding, right? You add more and more and more modules and you just give them way too much content. Because what I see people when they're doing this is they are thinking that more content equals more value. And then trying to automate every single thing before anything is actually proven. And then avoiding the actual selling part. This is so funny. So many course creators, what they do is they build the course, they'll build all of the automations, they'll do lots and lots and lots, but then they avoid the actual selling part and they hide behind, I'm still building, right? They use building as the excuse. And that one is a huge one. Now, using the course itself as a solution to overwhelm, right, instead of actually fixing your business in the first place, right? So if you're overwhelmed in your business at the moment, I want you to take a little step back and say, are there areas within my business that actually need fixing first to help with all of that overwhelm, right? Before you jump straight into thinking, well, I'm so busy, maybe I just need a course. Maybe there's some areas of your business that just need tightening up a little bit, okay? So a little quick reflection for you is, which one of those feel like what you might be doing right now? Are you just trying to put more and more content in? Or are you somebody who hasn't actually spoken to anybody yet about the problem, right? Or are you just hiding behind the problem, trying to just say, I'm building, but never actually putting it out there? Okay. So let me share with you, I wrote some thoughts down around, if I had to start again tomorrow, here's what I would actually do. First, I would sell it. True. I would actually sell the course first, and then I would build it. Now, the best way to validate if someone's going to pay for your course is they pay you for the course. The best way to validate it is to sell it, right? Then I would jump in and I would build it. The great thing when you build it with your audience is you're not just building it because you want to build it, you're building it with them, for them. So they'll give you feedback along the way to help improve your content. So what I find is when I'm delivering a course and I'm building it live, is sometimes I may present a particular topic, get to the end, and then I'll do a bit of Q&A at the end of the actual delivery component. That Q&A allows me to then see, did what I teach actually land well? Did they actually understand? And if they didn't, I can reiterate it and re-say it in another way, right? So I'm actually making the course for them, with them. Now, the other thing I would do is I would start with a really simple offer. So don't go out there with your full course. Think about what's a small part of the larger course that you're looking for that I could just deliver first. It might be one of your modules inside of your actual course, right? And then deliver that, sell it first, deliver that one module, and then you can start to build upon it. This way we can get it to market faster. Now, if you're somebody who is like, I don't want to build it live, that's fine, but don't go building the whole course. Build a small piece of it, a really simple offer first, right? I would focus on one clear problem, and then I would build the system alongside of that to deliver it. Not after, right? I would build it alongside of it. So as they sign up, I want you to ask yourself, okay, they've joined my course, and then what? Right? What are the onboarding pieces that you want them to have so that they don't get buyer's remorse, right? Sure, they get that first email and they get their login to the course, but then what? Are you following up with them? Are you touching base with them? You know, inside of our community, we want to get higher than that regular only. So the industry standard is 10% of people who buy a course actually complete it. That's pretty rotten, right? That only 10% of people actually get to the end of a course. Now, we put safeguards in place to try to improve that number. We want to be better than industry standards. So some of the things that we do is in the first week, we do group check-ins for the first 4 weeks, actually. Then it's fortnightly check-ins and then monthly check-ins. And we are literally looking at how far they've gotten through the program. And if they're at 23% and the same time next week they're at 23%, we can hold them accountable to that. Now, it doesn't have to be in-person check-ins. You could automate the check-ins, right? You could send out a message that says, you know, you should be at this point. How are you going with that, right? So I would not just build the course, but I would also be thinking of the customer's journey, right? I would want them to improve that completion rate. Well, that's what we aim for ourselves, right? We want our people to, like, in all the people that we serve, more than 10% of people are actually finishing the course. You know, now once that method has been used with people and it's proven and it's working, it should then become just a repeatable system, okay? And I would aim for passive income that the system can then go on and support them. Aim for predictability. Aim for simplicity, right? So that you have a scalable business model. and also scalable delivery. When we started doing check-ins, they were one-on-one. But eventually we had too many clients that it became one-to-many. But then we didn't want to put 50 people in a room together, right? That would dilute the actual assistance and the accountability. So we did make it no more than a group of 4 to 5. All right. So start thinking beyond just putting a course together. Okay. Now, if I'm being really, really honest, here are some things that I would skip. I would definitely skip, if you don't know me already, this one. If you know me already, sorry, this won't be a surprise. I would skip spending months building something, especially if no one has bought it yet. The second thing is overcomplicating the structure. Now, we run a course creation challenge a couple of times a year, and we use post-it notes in that challenge to just map out your program. But now with ChatGPT, it makes it even easier. And just keep an eye out when we run our course creation challenge in the second half of this year again. We have, and we're in the process of writing one that actually follows our framework, a GPT, that follows our framework that will actually help you speed up that process as well. Now, the third thing that I really want to push to you is do not try and make it perfect, right? Progress over perfection, right? Don't make it perfect before you actually test it. And I would totally stop consuming more and more and more course creation content, right? Or waiting until you feel ready. I can tell you when you hit that go live button, you won't feel ready because you haven't put anyone through it yet. So the only way to make your course better actually is when there are people in it, because we can guess what we think that they need, but what we will learn the most is when people are actually in it. So the other thing I would say is don't compare your course to somebody else's, right? Their business model is probably way different than yours. Now, we all have competitors out there, don't we? I mean, I'm in one of the most competitive markets out there. I'm in marketing and automation. And what do you see most of the time in your newsfeed on ads? Marketing ads, especially if you're in business. You're going to see some type of ads about people teaching you marketing. But every single one of those people are unique in their own way. And they all have their own recipe for you to follow. What I recommend is choose one method and follow it to the end. Don't be that 10%, or be that 10% that actually finish. Don't be the 90% of people that just keep buying more and more courses, right? And then not doing anything with them. And I would do this also instead. I would focus on making the content very clear, not just more content, because that doesn't add more value. It actually adds more confusion and a lot more overwhelm for those people going through. And also focus on conversations with people over more creation. The more people you speak with, the more you will learn. Because if you're putting a course together, you're putting it together through your map of the world, the way you see the world, the way you overcame the problems. But you see, the people going through the program, they may get stuck in places that you yourself were actually like, that was easy. It seemed easy to you, but to them, it's not. And that's where listening, that's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? That's where listening to those people, having those conversations is really going to help. So this should feel a little relieving, right? Actually taking some of the pressure off when it comes to building out your course. All right. Now, as always, let's bring this home with a little bit of GSD. I don't want you leaving this live thinking, I need to go and build a course. Instead, I want you to choose one thing. One thing. What is that one next step? So, will it be talking to more people, or will it be simplifying your current offer, or testing an idea before building it, or maybe just looking at your current system? So if you're catching me on the live or you're on the replay, just drop it in the chat. Are you going to start talking to more clients? Are you going to simplify your offer? Are you going to test the idea before building, which means maybe you just put it out there and try and sell it? Or are you going to have a look at your current system and fix it, especially if you're feeling really busy and overwhelmed right now with the amount of clients that you've got? Maybe there's something in your system that can help alleviate and relieve that pressure. All right. So I want you to drop that one thing that you're going to focus on next. And of course, progress over perfection always. Now, you don't need to build everything at once, right? You don't need a course to grow, but you need to do the right things in the right order. And if you want to support to build that system or to build your offer, or look at where within your business maybe there's a bottleneck that you need fixing, then reach out to us. Just send us an email on support@omnisam.com.au and I'd be happy to do a systems audit with you. Actually look through what you're currently doing, especially if you're overwhelmed and overworked and you're feeling like you're wearing all of the hats. Just reach out. I love doing system audits because I send you away with an actual action plan of things that you can implement. It is not just it's like you might think, oh, it's just a sales call. It is not. My goal with an automation audit or a systems audit is to actually give you real actionable steps for something that will improve, say, a bottleneck within your business. All right. Now, we are about to head into Ask Me Anything with our studio and academy clients. But before we head off, let's head on over and bring a couple of people up to share what is your biggest takeaway from today. Let's have a look. We've got Deborah here. Deborah, I saw you taking lots of notes. That makes me happy. What's your biggest takeaway from today? Oh, she's on mute. You're on mute.
That I'm probably spending too much time building.
I think we gave you a deadline of about 3 months, right? We gave you 3 months to map it out, to build it, and then we have to start to promote it. Now, you were going to build live, right? Most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's nearly time, isn't it, to start to look at, let's start a funnel. Let's start even a webinar or something like that so that you're teaching it live. Are you doing your weekly live streams as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have been recording them.
Yes. Okay. Pre-records are
Pre-recording.
fine. But you can schedule them to go live at the same time every week, right? So that's great. So that's giving you time to practice your content. But I think, we're about to bite the bullet, aren't we? Yeah? Yeah. We love you, Deborah. Your course is awesome though, right? I've looked through it. I've seen how amazing it is. Why don't you share with everyone who's listening what your course is actually about?
So my course is taking people who have, my niche is women, midlife women, who are generally successful in life and are able to, in many spheres, they're able to do exactly what they want to do and achieve. But when it comes to food, when it comes to their eating and their weight management, they're not successful. They possibly have dieted many times and gained weight and regain the weight.
Yeah.
So they think the problem is food, and my course is to lead them to understand that the problem isn't the actual food. Of course, food is important. What we put in our mouth is extremely important, but the focus is on what leads them into the cycle.
Yeah.
And it's taking them from a state of what we term blindness, just as a metaphor, for not really understanding where the problem lies, and therefore repeating it over and over again, to a state of liberation.
Yeah. And, those people who think they're an emotional eater, right? I eat when I'm happy.
Yes,
I eat when I'm sad. I eat when I'm angry.
yes,
I had a good day. Let's have a celebrate.
yes,
We
that's
had a bad
exactly right.
day. Let's comfort that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
So,
so people call it. They know the name. They know the term emotional eating. They know that they eat for all these different emotions, but they don't really make the connection to why are they eating when there is an emotion? How does an emotion relate to food?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And look, I can't wait. You've been working on it. You've been doing such a
Yeah.
great job. And
Thank
yes,
you.
I think when we move into Ask Me Anything and some GSD, let's start talking about that next step. Let's start looking at your launch. All right. The other person, let's bring up Sharon. Come on up. Have you just done your hair, lovely?
Dyed it the other week.
Yeah. See, it's been
Got
a
rid of
little
all my
bit.
greys.
What was your biggest takeaway today, my love?
To stop thinking about it and just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the same as Deborah. I'm just procrastinating and just, trying to fix a funnel and trying to do this and trying to do that. And I've just got to just do it.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I think it's time.
It's
Both of you lovely ladies, I think it's
yeah.
time, isn't it? That we
Yeah.
try to put it out there now and get our ask into gear and
Yeah.
show people what it is you do. Your method, why don't you share with the world, the people that are listening, what it is that your program's going to be about?
Okay, so mine is helping mums and dads stop the 4 p.m. what's for dinner. It's about simplifying cooking and not just having the same 5 meals on repeat. It's about just using a method with just pick one thing and like one protein, one veggie, and one carb, and just making it, simplifying it instead of having 50 ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your catchphrase, real food.
Yeah, real food, real easy.
Real easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it. Like that 4 p.m. Oh my God, what am I going to do for dinner feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there. My husband actually goes, it's 4 o'clock. Yay! He gets to go shopping. It's his happy place, he tells me. He loves to cook. He loves it more when my daughter's home because I love food. I do like food, but he loves like all the things. I always say, oh, you love cooking. He goes, no, I just follow instructions really well.
I'll have to give him some of my recipes.
You totally should. And yes, and then we can get him cooking them and giving some testimonials for you. We should definitely do that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on our weekly live. As always, this is what we do every single week. I jump in and I'm actually making content to repurpose. So every single week I do Strategy with Sally at 10 a.m. Melbourne time. And at 10 a.m. Melbourne time, what we do is we deliver some teaching and education, and then my podcast manager, she goes away and she edits it and turns it into a podcast episode, but then we use this content to repurpose. Now, inside of our community, we are always asking our people to go live at the same time every single week. it becomes a habit then. At the beginning, it's a little bit more like drawn out, but eventually it becomes a habit, right? You're not like, oh, I've got to go live. It's like, I got up this morning, Denny, my husband goes, oh, it's Strategy with Sally Day. Do you need me to set up your computer? Right? So we know it's what we do every single week. So that's what I would like to see you do. If you have a product or a service that helps people, why don't you go live once a week and help people? Eventually, people will start to get to know you, right? Like you, trust you. And those that don't, that's all right. That's what the good block button's for, right? We don't need to be surrounded by negative people. But we go live and we share what it is we do, and we share it with passion. And then it's not really about getting new people when you use your live. It's more about nurturing those people that already follow you. And especially now with the way the world is, right? We're all on the phone scrolling, doom scrolling. And if you're popping up more regularly in people's news feeds, then when they do need you, they go, oh, yeah. Oh, well, that Real Food, Real Easy lady, I should go to her, right? Or that emotional eating person, I definitely need them. And so when they're ready, you're still popping up. So a little extra challenge for you is pick a weekly day and time and make it regular. And then repurpose that baby. Turn it into lots and lots and lots of other things. All right, guys, as always, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Make sure you get one income producing activity done every day, and every day be marketing. My Ash is sick at the moment, so we don't get, I can hear them in the background. Yes, all of the VIPs are doing the doot. Ash is actually sick, so she's not here with us today. Let's send her some good vibes. All right, guys, I'll see you same time next week on the live. Have a good one. Bye for now. And I don't know if I did this. Did I do this?
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.